My name is Coss Marte. I'm a former drug kingpin. I ran a multi-million-dollar drug business, which led me to 6 years in prison. And I'm about to play Never Have I Ever. When you're in the drug game, it happened multiple times where I've been robbed, guns pointed. There was one particular time where one of my guys stepped out of the stash house and they came in, with a gun pointed at his head. They tied everybody up, which is crazy to me. They stole all the weed and a little bit of money from the safe, but there was so much coke on the table that they didn't realize it was coke and they left it there. So they stole maybe $5 grand of weed and left $100,000 worth of coke on the table. When I was younger, I was cutting my work, but I quickly found out the better way to be an honest drug dealer is not to cut your work. And that's how you have people come back. It's the same thing with the business world. If you deliver a great product, you'll still have that consistency of clientele. Crazy true story. It was a drought, which means there was not a lot of stuff coming in. And so I had to go up to a second supplier that I had in Washington Heights. I went up to this guy, bought a kilo off of him. When I got home, I left it on the table and I stepped out, I came back and it was melted, liquid melted. And so I'm with my boy, Joey, and we're like, yo, what the we're gonna do right now? We just spent $35,000 on this key. He was like, yo, you gotta call this guy back, you gotta call this guy back. And so I was like, he's gonna be like, yo, I'm playing him, he's playing me, there's gonna be a conflict. I grabbed the liquid yellow plastic bag and I went all the way uptown and brought it to him. And I was like, yo, this is the you sold me. And he was like, all right, cool. And so he gave me my money back and that was it, And the DEA ran on me. They had a warrant for the house that I had all the stash drugs at. They caught me coming out of the house. They took my car, the BMW M3. They were driving that, and then they stuck me in this Dodge Caravan. And I was there with one officer. Sat with him, and I'm like, yo, can you just let me give you some money, and you can stash the rest of the money, blah blah blah, because he had access to the money that they caught. And I was like, yo, just take $5 grand and just leave the rest, you know what I mean? And he was like, yo, you really trying to bribe me right now? And I'm like, nah, but you know what I mean, please. and I was like, never mind, that shit. So yeah, I tried, but it didn't work. We didn't call it toilet wine, we called it hooch. So I actually made 5 gallons a week, and I was selling $5 cups to other inmates. I would get these large gallons through the laundry room. So we had the detergent. That would finish, I would stash all those bottles. Families in New York State, you could bring packages up to your loved ones once a month. So I would ask them to send me grapes, grapefruit, and just rot all the fruit in these bottles. And then I'll take Tang, Kool-Aid, all that stuff, and then I would steal the coffee filters from the staff that was working in the library. So I'll take those coffee filters, take bread, and that'll be my yeast, and I'll mold the bread all together and I'll stick it into the coffee filter, wrap it up, and then I'm sticking it in the bottle, and so it'll ferment. And so you'll take that bottle and you'll open it up little by little to gas it out, because if you don't gas it out, it'll just blow up like a volcano. And I've had that happen before, and it's not pretty and it stinks. And so basically your toilet is your refrigerator, because it's a metal toilet. And but yeah, that's how I did it. And you can make it in 8 days and it'll taste like wine. I've witnessed multiple people overdosing, unfortunately, off of drugs that I've sold. Not proud of it, and it's sad, and that's what made me regret all the things that I was doing back in the day. Even neighbors that I've seen that I sold coke to or heroin to back in the day, I would see them, pass out and OD. When I was younger, I was selling crack out of crack houses, so I would see that happening all the time. So, yeah, I'm considering in selling legalized marijuana again. I'm starting a company called Conbud. I'm working and talking to like legislators and trying to be part of that legacy group that was affected by the drug industry, you know, and trying to take advantage of like opening up a space where I also have the similar mission, hiring people, training people, an apprenticeship program where we teach people how to, you know, run a business and sell legal marijuana again.